Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in our Legends series. Today we're going to be going over Vex. This list, full credit, is from Boxing Ring XD. They took 150th at the Barcelona Regional. This is currently the best of list. I'm not sure if this was the actual best of. The Rift deck seems to be a little bit behind on actually updating some of the best of lists, but I think that is the top one. So, seems pretty standard. The only thing that is really kind of making me raise an eyebrow here is one, they have a Tasty Faithful in here. I don't remember running this when I was on Vex last set. They did not include Janna's, which is kind of interesting. And then they also tossed in a playset of Astral Heron, although I think that's just because Astral Heron is absolutely insanely good. It's a nutty card, so let's see how this goes. Draven, interesting. Just to Abandon Hall. Vex is very much a hold deck, as you probably know. We like to get onto the battlefield early. We like to make sure that we're able to get on and kind of lock one specific location down. That's interesting. Looks like we got a UI update on the sim here. I don't know how I feel about this. Regardless, though, a lot of Vex's utility is from having 4-drop Vex in the champ zone. It's one of the still most disgusting cards in the game, and the fact that they get to just play it out every game. Get out of your trend micro. I'd say let's keep to the Fi and back off. I'm gonna get rid of the Tide Turner, but let's keep Gust Monk. We can just drop it as a 2-drop turn 1. It's fine. Just toss this down, take the battlefield. Alright, I am mildly afraid of like a falling star here. But I still feel like we go and hold the Abandoned Hall. I think we just develop Vex here. The alternative would be leaving mana up for a spell, but I think we just need to get on and stay on. This is probably our diciest point in the game right here. And by the way, I didn't go over it, but Vex's legend ability is just when you or an ally hold, you may exhaust me to draw 1. So it's just, we get a huge amount of card advantage super early. No falling star. Okay. Okay. So is he gonna attach that? Nope. Alright. Excuse me. We get our legend trigger. Kinda just want to pass, honestly. I don't think I'm terribly afraid of anything here. I don't even know if I want to keep the Gust Monk down. I could just play down Tide Turner, but I don't think it does anything. I'd rather leave up mana for back off and a bunch of spells. If he swings in with the Hopeful, then I'm gonna back off. But yeah, we're in a pretty decent spot here. I'd like to see 1 or 2 more units within the next couple turns. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Is it worth it to preemptively do anything? I don't think we can. Okay. That sucks, but it is what it is. Did he pay the deflect? I don't believe so. I'm just gonna go ahead and back off. Does Defy? Hang on a second. Does Defy cancel all repeats? So I'm debating on Defy. I believe it does. I think Defy cancels all repeats. I get a draw. It's been a while since I've had to deal with that. I guess last turn we probably could have tied Turner and then run over here. It's not the biggest deal to me. Are you able to do that? Yeah. Alright, well, we got a draw. I feel like we just toss down Vex again. And then hide back off, and then leave mana up for Starcrossed. In case he has another, like, Falling Star or something if he draws into red runes. Alternative play is, like, Tide Turner, bring that back. Gust Monk, attack over here, trade evenly to try and tick him off, but I'm not in any rush here. I feel like this is perfectly fine. And then we can leave mana up for either a second back off or a Starcrossed. Guess I'm playing around Ride the Wind here. Alright. Once we get more established, then I'm less afraid of what he has. Vex is also helping to keep any potential, like, Kaizas at bay. I don't think he runs anything else that has accelerate value in this deck, except for maybe Kaiza. If this is anything like the best of Draven. Sure. Okay. I'm pretty alright with this. Eventually I'll probably need to take care of that battlefield, but it's not an immediate concern. Where we get our hold. Yeah, it's not an immediate concern for like a Baron or anything funky. We have Tide Turner for later on. Still have that there. Just gonna toss another one over here. It's incredible that we've seen all of our Vexes. Riv Rebuke as well, which is kind of funny. But I'm just gonna save for that. I'm not terribly concerned about pulling back the Gust Monk. Can wait on that. I'd say, just kind of let him come to us. So I'm the attacker. I'm gonna go on ahead and unguard. And if this resolves, I'm not mad about it. We get 2 of his units. They both have backlines, so I should be able to choose. I'm not mad about that. Yeah. Sure. I mean, it kind of stinks to lose another Vex, but... like, I could have probably star-crossed, like, the Gust Monk and the, 4-mite unit. But... I can take 2 of his units down, bust up that battlefield a little bit. Not a huge deal. I think I'm inclined to... use back off from hand. I want to see a little more card draw. And we have the mana. Japan deflect. I stunned him, so he should bounce back. There we go. Oh, good, my God. Okay. Way out. I'm gonna go camp. I feel like Astral Heron's pretty good here. We have the back off. What am I afraid of? Switcheroo. But back off deals with that. I feel like I'd almost rather just Heron. Can Vex here as well. So this sees itself as the first card played. This is the second card. Discounted by 2, and then the power cost is irrelevant. With back off, I'm pretty comfortable at holding this battlefield, even if he switcheroos, and then Kaiser's obviously not going to do him any good, so let's stack deck. Oh, also, I'm going to ask him mind if I get Vex trigger. This one. I forgot. I forgot. What? As much as I like the On Guard, I feel like I just take Gust and harass the next battlefield. And that is that. I could tie Turner, but... Actually, no, I can't. I already have a hidden card. I keep forgetting the Vex trigger. It's, you know, my little pea brain doesn't do well with having to actually manually tap things when I hold. Okay, we do need to start dealing with this. So... I took the Gust specifically to get rid of the Overzealous Fan, and then we can just Tide Turner and, like, Gust Monk if we want, which is pretty easy for us. The Heron engine being online is pretty cool. Not afraid of anything for 5 mana that I'm aware of. Can't even switcheroo because he's red-locked. Kaiser's irrelevant because Vex is out of battlefield. Spinning Axe doesn't do anything. I don't get the draw off this, but my third back off of the game. Oop. Oh yes, it does die. It's just stunned. Cool. So this thing is at 6. Alright. Boots would be really funny here. Let's get the Vex trigger. First of all, I'm gonna gust just to get rid of this thing. Don't even want to deal with it. So we have an overzealous fan and something unknown. We have rebuke for the clapback, which I'm not pressed about. Feels though Tide Turner would be funny here. I mean, yeah, we have rebuke for the following turn, so I think I am literally just gonna slap boots on, like, the bird. Yeah. I got really lucky there with a lot of my early game. Let's run it back. Yeah. I think it was just a bad matchup, and then also I got lucky. Nobody wants to play against Vex. I had basically everything that I needed. Okay, this is probably a bad matchup, because that is combo, in all likelihood. This is basically combo looks in a different shader, so we're going to need to play a little more aggressively in all likelihood, so we'll still search for 2-drops to lock down a battlefield. Ugh. Yeah, keep the back off. I'm going to keep the gust just in case. Yeah, I'll keep the gust. And then I'm going to get rid of Evelyn. I feel like she's not necessary. Just gonna play the Tide Turner down so we can get onto a battlefield. Fiddlesticks. Is it even worth it to just do Vex here? I think I'm gonna do Vex on this battlefield. Is this like a token Renata? I just realized this, actually. I'm gonna go over here. And then I'm gonna go on ahead and hide this just because I have no idea what's about to come my way. If this is like a token Renata, then I have no idea what I'm in store for. I'm inclined to, by the way, I took this battlefield just because it's more defensible for my deck. And if he's a swarm deck, which it seems like he might be, then this is a lot easier for him to bust up my battlefield. I played down the back off just to be safe, because if he has something that can, like, buff up the dignitary, then that's a problem for me. Vex basically wants to get a hold no matter what. Interesting. Oop. Yeah, there you go. Poor Ro. Okay. I'm just gonna play down another Vex, honestly. I don't really have anything else I want to do here. I don't really care about the Black Rose Dignitary right now. Odds are pretty good I'm not gonna walk over there anytime soon, so I'm a little bit worried about the fact that he can... Like, eventually I am gonna have to come over here and clear because Renata can score him the victory. He doesn't ever need to come over here. But for now, I think I'm just gonna do this. We have a back off. We have mana up for Defy or Gust if something funky happens, and then we are pretty well set up here. We can't rush in, so we shall see. Interesting. This is a new variant of this, so when you were an ally hold, you may exhaust me to play a Gold Gear token exhausted. So is he just gonna start using this as an engine? really mind him getting an extra point or two. I do mind... Actually, I don't mind the draw. That draw is going to be expensive for him. It would be really funny if we went and killed that battlefield with a Vex. Could we do it? Okay, first of all, we get our hold. Ooh. I feel like this is just better. It's not really anything I want to play out right now. Would it be wild of me to try and kill this battlefield right now? Or at least try to kill the Renata? I feel like it is a little too crazy. I feel like we play down Heron. And I actually think we just play a Tide Turner and bring a Vex back. I'm a little worried I'm gonna get Grand Stratagemed. So I'm just gonna... And that was off of the Heron, discounted the Tide Turner. So eventually I'm gonna have to deal with this. Or at least get ahead enough in points to where it doesn't matter. I brought the Vex back just because I can use it as a pseudo beater with like on guard and stuff like that. Because we can gust that. Oh, he's setting up. He's setting up. What have you got? You got going. Goodness gracious. Well, on the bright side, we have time. The Renata's going to help put him ahead, but it's not an immediate issue. How much might does he have at this battlefield? He has off Trifarian 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, and this is probably Hidden Blade, right? Unless it's something weird like a Temporal Breach or an Arise. Okay. The longer that this goes on over here, the worse off I am. But also, like, seriously, I really don't want to go over there right now. I want to keep the back off. I'll play another Vex in base, because I feel like we need a unit to beat him down with. And then... I could stun something and suicide one of my Vexes in. Or I could also just pass again. I was thinking about a way to set up Evelyn so that I could drag over his Renata. So I'm most concerned about the Renata, but it's fine. I feel like there's probably a better way for me to be playing this, but I'm really scared of walking over there right now. I think I should have been more aggressive early in breaking up that battlefield, but also that's not really what our deck does. Like, we are pretty effective at holding a battlefield, but we're not great at busting one up. So I'm gonna need to get... I don't even know. What do I have in my deck that could break that? I could get like a Tasty Faithful Gout. I could get... Oh. Okay, he gets a recruit token. Yep. How much might is over there? 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 24, I think. So it's not something that we can overcome. Reorganizing, what are we doing? Because if he gets up to 7, then he's just gonna Renata and win. Ooh. What have you got in hand? If there was ever a time for me to go over there, it's probably now. Okay, we might need to do something real funky here. So, I'm going to tell him that I need a second. Okay, we can bounce 2 of his units. We can bounce Plundering Poro and this. This puts us down to 2, 4, 10, 14, plus what I strongly suspect is Hidden Blade, which we could defy. One of our Vexes is probably going to die here. But we can then use Astral Heron as a beater and run over. Problem is the clapback. The problem is defending. Still have back off, so this battlefield's relatively safe. Okay, let's start with... We have 8, potentially more than that with Gust Monk. Play unit. Okay, so Glass Mixologist needs to die last. Okay, that goes to hand. Let's also put the card draw on hand. Is there a way that we can save the Vex? I feel like if we played back off, we could. Alright, I think... Let's assume this is a Hidden Blade. Let's assume that the last 2 cards aren't anything defensive. We could... Gust Monk... Vex... Run in... Kill these free. Well... Let's just start rocking and rolling. I feel like I'm taking too long. I don't want to be that guy. Actually... I think this is a better way. I should have an extra mana off the Gust, but I'm not gonna bother with that right now. Alright, I have an extra mana off the Heron. I forgot to not pay for Gust, but I'm not gonna take that back right now. And then let's get that. Tide Turner. To swap this back here. It doesn't technically move. I'm gonna banish just that from trash. Giving this +2. Okay. That was a lot of action. Sorry, guys. If that's a Hidden Blade, then... This is technically 10 off the war camp. Play may give other units your shield +1 this turn. Okay, so this is now 12 plus 4, 16. I think I have to... Do I? I think I let this go. Sucks that the heron dies, but it is what it is. Okay, let's clear the chain. If he has another hidden blade, then I'm kind of in trouble. I think I need to leave this back off over here. Let's just, let's run in with Vex. Actually, hang on. Wait. Nah, I already did it. Alright, let's kill that thing. I could have unguarded there. I forgot that the war camp would put him to 7 instead of 6. That was my bad. Okay, that was a mess. What I should have done there is unguarded the Vex, because that would have put it to 7 with the war camp. My math was off by 1. I really just wanted to break up that battlefield, because I felt like we were imminently going to lose. Was this free? Is this a new token? I think... I think Vex stuns that token. So I think this says play. So that should get me out of at least losing the battlefield immediately. So I'm pretty sure when an opponent plays with a unit while I'm out of battlefield, stun it. When I move, play. I think Vex qualifies that. Okay, so it bounces. I'll kill that one. Whatever. This is such a weird game. Okay. Let's see what he's got. He's got 11 mana to play with. That's a lot. We still have the back off on the left battlefield. He's got to peel me off there or else I win. But I don't really have a way of... Okay. That was a really weird game. And I also felt like I didn't do a great job describing my actions there. But basically what I was afraid of was I like to hold. I don't do well at taking other battlefields, like, quickly. I saw that even though he was a point behind me, with Glask out on the battlefield, he can pretty easily generate enough gold to get him points and move ahead of me. Given that, I was really worried that he would just pile up on a battlefield, sit there, and while I'm at 7, while I'm at 6, he gets a point, while I'm at 7, he gets a point, right? Because he has to tap this to score a point, but he could probably find a way to untap it, or he could do it over multiple turns. So I needed to find a way to bust up the battlefield. When I saw that the Glask, and I think it was the Dignitary, moved back, I viewed that as my kind of only opportunity. So I wanted to throw as much might at it as possible. The Heron was brought over just as a beater. I didn't want to deal with the Glask Mixologist, mostly just because that was a little too much might for me to get over. I was pretty sure if he didn't have another Hidden Blade, then I could do it, but that was dicey at best. The good news is, though, is that even if I had lost in that trade, then on the following turn, I probably, somewhere around here, I could have found something to help me get over it. Be it boots or helping rebuke the Glask back to hand. So, we had a couple options there, but we needed to deal with him fast. Good game to my opponent, though. This was a really weird deck. I did not expect Token Glask, but this felt strong. And it also felt really hard for me to deal with specifically. So, for this deck, I almost wanted another, like, kind of beater unit. Like, maybe I want Baron. It felt like I could hold battlefields really well, obviously. Like, that's my entire shtick. But it felt like I had trouble moving over to the other battlefield. Or, like, if my opponent got ahead, I think it would have been hard for me to claw my way back, which I think is just a general problem with effects. So, if I were to modify this, maybe I'd tech in a Baron or toss it in a sideboard at least. Yeah, it looks like we're running Angler to deal with token units. That's probably for Aurora. Alright. Either way, though, interesting deck. This isn't exactly my playstyle. I did play Vex a little bit last set, and it didn't quite stick. But hope y'all enjoyed. If anyone stumbles across this and makes it all the way to the end, feel free to leave requests for what Legend I should do next. I'm open to suggestions. So, with that being said, I will catch you in the next one, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.